It's currently 9:28 p.m. Here's where I am currently on the oval ball polystyrene drawing project. I did a few new ovals today during the afternoon hours as I was working on organizing my marker satchel at my mom's place. And then a bit later on, planning out as many as I could of the Sharpie markers I would use for what will be my third Akina polystyrene drawing project, and my one for 2024. Here's where I am currently with it. I worked on it during the evening hours. I planned out these lines I drew by making dots. I used this end of this default blue dual tip for the hair outline, and I used this ultra-fine default yellow Sharpie marker for the jawline of her face. I made the lines by connecting dots, though I only did what I felt was necessary to be able to finish connecting the dots for the jawline and to correct as I felt fit to do my best with these lines. Historically, the most difficult part of any project is starting it, as you want to make sure that you do your best with it, as it's easier to do your best the first time rather than to try to correct a mistake, especially when it comes to permanent marker. I have most, but not all of the Sharpie markers I'll be using for the third Akina polystyrene drawing project. Here's how my marker satchel at my mom's place is currently organized. How I've been organizing it is that I've been using a reference image, essentially an image I took of my marker satchel at my dad's place, and it's been a combination of trying my best to recreate what I see in the reference image and trying to maintain the color hue arrangements I created when I was initially working on the oval ball polystyrene drawing project about a fortnight earlier. I started the oval ball project then with the intent of using it as an opportunity to ultimately organize my marker satchel at my mom's place. To be as close as possible to how my marker satchel at my dad's place is organized. Most recently, I did my usual 30-minute HIIT workout. From roughly 8:10 p.m. to roughly 8:40 p.m. by following along the same YouTube video I always follow along to whenever I do a 30-minute HIIT workout, which, if I recall correctly, is about once or twice a week. The glass I'm using currently to have a glass of low sodium V8 branded vegetable juice is the same glass I used then to have a glass of tap water. I had roughly half of it during the 30-minute HIIT workout itself, and then I had the rest of it while I was cooling down, all within the living room at my mom's place. I didn't have any of that glass of tap water during the first set, as that's basically warm up. But then I had at least a tiny sip during both 60-second breaks. Between sets, and during most of the 30-second breaks. Between exercises during the second and third sets. I've noticed that I'm no longer spending the first 10 seconds of the 30-second break after a couple of the exercises of each set. Lying down on the floor. Which helps to not leave as much sweat on the wooden floor. I think it may also be a sign of a bit of progress. After the 30-minute HIIT workout, I cooled down until about 9:15 p.m. It's currently 10:01 p.m. I'm hoping to go to bed by 11 p.m. and to be asleep by midnight. I recall falling asleep around 1 in the morning. I recall first naturally waking up today around 7:15 in the morning. But I recall falling back asleep within half an hour. Of lying on my bed in my bedroom upstairs at my mom's place. And then I woke up for the last time today around 9 in the morning. And then I got up about 15 minutes later. I went downstairs to establish myself at my established work area between the living room and the kitchen at my mom's place. Within about half an hour of me getting up for today, and that was where I sat on a black sofa for a majority of today. From the mid-morning hours to the late evening hours, I primarily worked on organizing my marker satchel at my mom's place, working a little on the oval ball polystyrene drawing project, and then later I started the third Akina polystyrene drawing project. At one point later on, I started physically writing down my simple note app notes on my polystyrene drawings, copying what I had typed out months ago, at least a year ago for some of them, using a blue ink pen. When I went downstairs to establish myself at my established work area around 9:45 in the morning, I got an aluminum can kiwi guava flavored Celsius energy drink. And from that point on until around 11:45 in the morning, when I had with a Premier Protein branded vanilla protein shake, a cut up prepared ribeye steak, and 4 sunny side up eggs, both prepared by my mom, for which I am thankful. I would occasionally sip at that Celsius energy drink. By the time I had that ribeye steak and those 4 sunny side up eggs, there was only enough for one last sip, which I had around noon, as that was when I checked up on that Celsius energy drink. After I had my breakfast, during the early evening hours, I reviewed the August 28th my dinner video on my YouTube channel to make sure that video's audio and video was alright before deleting that converted 1080p quality UCut video editor file, along with the raw video clips I used to create it. I weighed myself during the mid-morning hours at 242 pounds. And today, primarily during the late afternoon and into the evening hours, I had a handful of sips of tap water, occasionally taking a sip from the Stanley tumbler I won during a concert me and my mom went to about a year or so ago. Here's where I am currently in terms of clearing out the ancient city on Oceania.